Hello, welcome back to a new video. I am so excited to share this new what I eat in a day. I feel we haven't done one in a while, and all summer produce is here now, and I just feel so happy to be back. I have been truly enjoying all my travels to Europe. It was so much fun. I was gone for almost like 7 weeks. But also in those 7 weeks, I did not cook a single meal. I did do some like breakfast, but besides that, we were just eating out all the time. Now, I love eating out, but you always like hit a point that, I don't know, I just feel this craving to be home and just cook my own meals and just like feel good, because I also just feel like after eating out so much, even though it's your favorite restaurant, you just get a little like, ugh. I am still in full recovery mode. I don't know if you can see. I have like tape on my ankle right now. I sprained my ankle pretty bad, but it's been almost like 2 weeks now and I can finally walk. So that is really nice. I did walk a little bit too much yesterday, so my ankle is like pretty inflamed, so I have to take it a little bit easy today. It's been like really tough because I was excited to come home, and then obviously I couldn't move my body. I was like on the couch. I couldn't even cook my own meals like still, and I don't know, I feel when you're like injured or sick and stuff, it can actually sometimes be like kind of hard to be healthy, because I was just almost like so bored that I was just like craving sugar all the time. But obviously sugar is so inflammatory, so I was like trying to stay away from it because, you know, I needed all the anti-inflammation for my food. But I feel we're on a good journey right now, so I made myself obviously a little morning matcha. I did a little mix of almond milk and a tiny bit of whole milk. Not really for a specific reason, but I feel the little touch of whole milk just makes it more cloudy and fluffy. But I don't love the taste of whole milk with matcha so much, so that's why I did kind of like a little splash, but it's really good. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of journaling. I always do that for like a couple minutes in the morning, and then we're gonna make some breakfast and start the day. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna make some breakfast. I don't know what it is, but ever since I come back from the travel, I think it's because during all the breakfasts I had basically eggs every day, because I felt in the hotels that was kind of the only like high protein stuff that I could have. At one point got a little bit the egg ache, which is so weird because I feel I've just never really had that. And I hear people talking about it, and I don't know, maybe it's also because it's like summer and warmer that I'm just like not really craving warmish food so much. So instead I'm going to make a high protein yogurt bowl, and I got some plums from the farmer's market last week, and plums are in season right now, so they have so much flavor. So I'm just gonna make a nice little yogurt bowl that is still high in protein but not too much sugar, because if you're looking to balance your hormones, it is so important to keep your blood sugar leveled, because if you have a lot of like high glucose spikes, it really messes with your insulin, with your hormone health. So I'm still trying to find things that are high protein, that are filling, and also do not give really big blood sugar spikes. So I'm gonna grab all the ingredients and we're gonna make some breakfast. Okay, here we got all the ingredients. So we're gonna start off with a protein whip. So I do a little bit of Greek yogurt with protein. It does not work with any protein powder. You kind of need to like feel out, because the whip is, you're not really blending it up. Also, I cut my hands on cottage cheese. You guys know how much I love cottage cheese. There's a massive cottage cheese shortage in the United States right now, and it's sold out everywhere. Like, we had to go through multiple stores to find this, but this brand in particular, I think it's the best one. Some of the others just are a little watery. Got some chia seed prepped, and then a plum. So yeah, I'm gonna caramelize this and then put my little bowl together. I love cooking up or caramelizing some fruits, especially in summer. Like, I will do a compote with some fresh strawberries or raspberries, or in this case a plum. It's actually really nice when you put it in the fridge and you just like let it sit for like 24 hours and it's cool, and I feel just the flavors really kind of blend together. So I have my little plum here. I don't think it even needs any sweetener. I'm just gonna use a little bit of coconut oil and caramelize it for a couple of minutes. This is breakfast of today. It is so delicious. We have protein whip, cottage cheese, some chia seed pudding, and then I got these little sprouted buckwheat crunch with cinnamon. It's really delicious. We got some plums and an almond butter. If you live in LA, I got this almond butter on the farmer's market, and oh my god, it is so good. Almond butter with coconut. It's like the best. Yeah, this is breakfast of today. It's a nice balance between some protein of the cottage cheese, the protein powder, some carbs with the crunches and the fruit, and then some healthy fats with almond butter and chia seed. This is mine. It is lunchtime. I'm gonna make a really nice fresh salad. It's like pretty hot right now, so that's kind of what I'm really craving. I've also been in a real potato phase for some reason. I love potatoes so much right now. I just feel they're just so, I don't know, grounding. Sweet potatoes, red potatoes, Japanese sweet potatoes, basically any potato. I love it. I also do it sometimes with like eggs in the morning and then potatoes on the side. I'm gonna grab some salmon. So I'm gonna make, I don't know how to pronounce it, niçoise salad. It's like the French one with the tuna, but I'm not gonna use canned tuna because I don't like canned tuna so much if it's like in a salad like that. So we're gonna make with salmon, some lettuce, some green beans, obviously my potatoes, and then this is some stuff for the dressing. It's a really nice olive oil. And I love having these in the fridge if you need like a quick salad or something. I just feel it spices up a salad a little bit. Artichokes, some olives. So yeah, we're gonna make all of this. Also, I always look for ways to upgrade my kitchen, and already a couple years ago I switched out all my pans to non-toxic and PFA-free pans, and I had a hard time finding a really good air fryer, but now I finally did. She's right here. She is so pretty, like look at her. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had this like giant air fryer which was way too big and also just made out of plastic, which is so bad for you. So I found this and I really love it. It has 6 different modes, so you can bake, broil, reheat, roast, toast, and air fry. It's like 6 machines in one here, and it's so compact and small. Like even if you have a small little counter, it will like all fit here. I also really want to thank our place for partnering up with me for today's video. It's just always so fun to work with brands that I have been using for so many years, and especially now with this new little air fryer, I'm going to be using this so much. Like I feel even now I have like a pretty busy day, but I can make a really quick lunch in the air fryer and it tastes like so good. Our place gave my community a special code that I'm so excited to finally share with you. It is Sanne10 for 10% off that I will link down below in the description. So let's get cooking. Let's put the potatoes on here. I'm gonna put them on one side because I'm gonna put the salmon on there later. Now I'm gonna steam some green beans. I usually use this always for sauteing, but it also has a little steaming rack, so I'm gonna put that up. And again, this pan is also from our place. I've been using this for so many years. Add this, there we go, and then we're just steaming it for a couple of minutes. The potatoes were baking for a little bit, and I'm just gonna add now a little piece of parchment paper. You don't need to, but I prefer to do that when baking salmon because it's just a little cleaner. There we go. And then the seasoning, I'm gonna keep that super simple. A little bit of olive oil, and then some salt and pepper, and putting it back in. So while I'm making my dressing, I wanted to talk a little bit about my relationship with food because I feel I always get a lot of messages about this, and I feel it is something that so many women and so many of us have struggled with or are struggling with. I'm not gonna lie, it is really hard to find the balance there. Growing up and in my teenage years, I feel I had a really good relationship with food. I honestly didn't really know much about nutrition, but my parents would always like cook our home meals and stuff, and obviously like when I was in high school, like or out and about, all we ate was just croissants and chocolate bars and Red Bull. I feel that was just kind of part of it. But when I really started modeling is when I got into nutrition, and I'm not gonna lie, I do think because of the modeling world, my relationship with food became very, very strict, and I just really approached it with, I would say, too much discipline. Like I think I justified it in my head. I justified my overly strict relationship with food with discipline, even though it was more self-punishment, because I would get messages from agents and stuff of like, oh, you look a little puffy today, or like, oh, your legs are getting a little big, or whatever. And I remember like one of the nutrition advice I got, it's like, yeah, if you're hungry, just like eat 6 almonds, or if you're hungry at night, like have tea. And I don't know, sometimes when you feel snacky, it's totally good to have a cup of tea because very often you're dehydrated, and sometimes a cup of tea can kind of like feel in that snacky type of those cravings. But if you're starving because you're undernourished, and that's the piece of advice, it's obviously really toxic. And I think over the past years, over the last 10 years, I've really kind of learned how food is such nourishment and how your body really needs it in order to move forward, to have energy, to have hormonal health, to boost your hair, your skin, like basically everything. Thankfully, there was like one big moment that just really like almost like woke me up. I think I was like, I don't know, I was like doing all these shows, and I was like, there was not a lot of food behind the scenes like on these fashion shows, which is so crazy, right? Like they expect the girls to be so tiny, but then they only have like shitty food. So what would the girls do? They wouldn't touch it at all. And I remember like there was like an apple there, and I was like, oh my god, no, it's like too sugary. And that was for me a big point where I was like, whoa. It like woke me up, where I was like, I really need to nourish myself, and I'm saying no to an apple because it has too much sugar. And from that moment on, I really changed my approach to nutrition, where it was like, I am not gonna strive for perfection, and I need to see this as fuel. You know, that also like took years, and it's also why I fell in love with cooking, because I started to experiment with things, to make things at home, to make things delicious but still nourishing. I would definitely say that that relationship brought me to where I am today. But it also means like, I know how hard it can be to build a good relationship with food, and I feel the only piece of advice I could give is not to go too into extremes and to really find balance instead of over perfection. I think any type of diet that is over restrictive, I just feel it's just not good. It's not good for your mindset, and I doubt if it's really good for your body, unless you're maybe like a top sporter who, you know, every second type of matters and you train like hours and hours a week. But I think that is really, really important, and keep reminding yourself there and finding the balance there. And I promise you, if you have a hard time finding a good flow of it, I even used to say this always to like other girls around me, you actually should be eating more but of the good stuff. Like you shouldn't be feeling hungry throughout the day. Like that is not a good sign. But you can eat as many veggies as you want, as many like I don't know, little crisp, some protein, and you shouldn't be feeling hungry throughout the day. So if you feel that and you like don't know how to balance that, don't skip over meals. Add extra veg and protein to your meals because you will be full longer. And those ingredients are all amazing for fiber. They're amazing for helping support your muscles. I think skipping over meals is honestly one of the worst things you can do because you're falling into this weird like yo-yo moment where you're restricting yourself, then you want to overcompensate, then you're very tired, and then you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go all out, and then you regret it after. I think that is one of the biggest downfalls. So no restriction, all with balance and with nourishment. Okay, everything's ready. I'm gonna put the salad together and we're ready to go. Sat on the couch. You know what I also really noticed with my foot, because I can't really walk far distances, basically like around the house, or I'm just like a little scared to like overtrain and overuse it. But I just feel I'm not getting as much sunlight because usually I take Katsu out. I go to the park or to the beach and like I just walk, and it's like my main form of cardio. And now I don't, and I just really noticed that I need to make a conscious effort to get outside and just at the end of the day just get some like sunlight in my eyes. Honestly, I should do this in the morning too, but I've just been like sleeping in quite a bit, so hasn't really worked. I am craving a little matcha. My friend in the Netherlands, Maud, she just got a baby, and she was like, oh my god, I've seen people in the Netherlands buy mango puree, like baby puree, and then make matcha lattes with it. And I've obviously seen mango matcha on the menu quite a bit, and I was like, wait, I want to try this. I have tried mango matcha at a cafe, but I've never tried it with the little baby pouches. So I got one in a store, I saw it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I feel it would be such a fun little summery twist. So let's see. Let's make a little fun matcha. I hope it's gonna taste good because nothing is worse than putting in a lot of work and making a drink and then it just doesn't come out well. So here, I got some mango purees, 2 servings. So we're gonna work with it. Guys, I think we just created a little masterpiece. I think the matcha sits better on top when you have a more creamier, thicker milk. I use quite a thin one, this one, but it does look really good. So let's try it out. Ooh, it's honestly, this is a very low effort, like fun variation for a little drink. I would maybe add a little sweetness. I feel this mango puree is not really sweet, but I had another one the other day that just tasted more sweet, but it's good. Very tropical, but I'm into it. It's really nice. I've been loving these. I love Vloet's pumpkin seeds, and I love putting a little cottage cheese on it, my obsession. These are so good for gut health because they're just made of seeds. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds. They're like so yummy, so I'm gonna make some. Also, 3 of these have 8 grams of protein. So this is probably like 10 or something, and then I'm gonna put a little everything seasoning on there. It's not coming on. I just totally forgot. I had made some green beans for my salad, for the Nice one salad, and I totally forgot about it. I literally forgot. The salad only didn't need it, it was still delicious, but I guess this will be a little meal prep. how I always end up wearing white when I am cooking in the kitchen, but hopefully this is not going to be too messy. I felt inspired and I wanted to make a little tomato pasta because I was going through my whole cabinet yesterday, just kind of my storage, and I was like, oh my god, the amount of cans and stuff I have with beans and expired pastas and expired things. I was like, I really need to take an effort instead of buying new stuff to just finish whatever's in my cabinet. So I found this pasta, Italian sorghum pasta. So yeah, I thought it would be nice to make this today. I got some tomatoes from the farmer's market. They look so pretty. And then we're gonna do a little breaded chicken with it. I got these like panko wraps. So that's what we're gonna make. So we're gonna cook the chicken and I'm using algae cooking oil. I love this. It's a neutral oil and it's really nice for like frying and stuff, and it doesn't add any taste to it. So it's a really good alternative to a seed oil. Yeah, we get that. Crispy. Dinner is ready. Dessert time. You guys, I prepared something. It is a mango creamy. As you guys know, I got a Ninja Creamy a couple months ago. Actually, it was like during the winter and I made a couple creamies, but not as many because it was kind of cold. But now it's warmer. My friend and I really wanted to make a kind of like a fruity one. So we did half whole milk, half almond milk, mango, protein powder, and I think that was it. So it's like a mango protein ice cream, kind of like a sorbet vibe. So it smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna add a little splash of water to it, or milk. Look at this, it's literally a mango sorbet. Taste test. It's like a mix of a mango sorbet milkshake. So good, it has some protein in it. I love that. I love sorbet when it's just fruits, but having a little bit of milky in it makes it just a little more creamy. It's so good. Ate that way too quick. I hope you guys enjoyed today's what I eat in a day video. I miss doing these and I feel it's also been kind of a while since I've been in the kitchen. If you want to follow more of my recipes or actual full meal plans, you can find them on Soul Sink Body as well. That is my fitness and nutrition app. What I love about those recipes is that they're all like super balanced, and the meal plans are really like thoughtfully kind of put together, because I feel with a lot of meal plans they like suggest like all these recipes to you with like 100 ingredients, and then they just don't really like match well, and then you're left with so many groceries. So we put a lot of thought in between like these meal plans, so you don't have a lot of leftovers and you can make with the same ingredients some delicious and like different type of dishes. So I'm gonna link that also down below. I feel I should do a Ninja Creamy series. I'm obsessed with this. Also, I'm getting my like implants very soon, and I need surgery. Feel I'm gonna be making a lot of Ninja Creamies. So maybe I'll come out with a little recipe book or something. Anyway, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you very soon.